Hello again, everybody. This is a God. I'm going to stop saying numbers now because I think this is sixth, probably sixth. It's the sixth hobby vlog for you. I should really check, but I've just had a nap, so I'm a bit foggy. Right, so this one's going to be a bit weird this week. I've got a script to read from because we've got the first character of the video, which will be Major Alison Digby Tatham Warter, DSO. He was called Harry, air quotes, in the film A Bridge Too Far. It was an amalgamation of a few characters. But the real chap, let me read my script. So I will be looking. It's weird because I've got the laptop sat just out of shot, and I'm having to read sideways, so I'm not the best reader, so bear with me whilst I'll set that up so I can read it and move the miniature about. I need a lazy Susan, it's on the list. That will make this loads easier. And a light box. Right. Major Alison Digby Tatham Warter, DSO, was born 21st of May 1917 and passed away in the 21st of March 1993. To me, this is the antithesis of a British officer, brave and eccentric, known for wearing a bowler hat and carrying an umbrella in battle. Because he had trouble remembering passwords, he said on the subject, only a bloody fool of an Englishman would carry an umbrella in the battle if anybody saw him. So there is many stories about this guy, and I'm sure many of them are true, making for a good read. He would walk around defences at Arnhem. Very often, when a mortar round fell close to him, he would wave his umbrella in acknowledgement as the Germans if it was a close call, which I think is quite funny, to be fair. Just typical. Just tip the cap. Jerry tried to get me. He saw a chaplain taking cover, was pinned down by a German machine gun at one time. He walked over the chaplain, calm as you like, and said to him, "Don't mind the bullets, I have an umbrella," and then escorted the same chaplain across the street under his now open umbrella. So, yeah, bullets are flying. Open the umbrella up. Don't worry about it. We've got a brolly. It's all good. So, yeah, the guy's a bit nuts. I lost my place now already. One of my favourite stories about him is that he disabled an armoured car by shoving his brolly through the observer's slit and poking the driver in the eye. That's highly doubtful that actually happened. I'd love it if there was any evidence that there is. I've just found out this story online. Any sources, don't be afraid to stick them down in the comments. I'd love to know if that's real, because that's just a guy being so bloody British. Unlike in the film, he was actually wounded in the battle, not killed. Because the Bridge Too Far, spoiler alert, Harry dies. But Digby Tatham Warton survives. Because of his injury, Digby was sent to St. Elizabeth's Hospital, but escaped out of a window when his second in command, Captain Tony Frank, with his second in command, Tony Frank, when the German nurses had left him alone. After creating an escape compass from buttons from his jacket, Digby and Frank headed towards Murriedal. Upon arriving, they were hidden by a Dutch woman who spoke no English before being put in contact with her neighbour. He must have been part of the Dutch underground. He disguised them as painters and decorators and moved them to Derek Wildeboer's house. Wildeboer was a local leader of the Dutch resistance in Ede, or Ede, it's probably Ede. They met Menno de Nooy, of the Dutch resistance who gave them a bicycle. Wilder Boar had a fake Dutch identity card made for Digby and allowed him to pose as Peter Jensen, a deaf-mute son of a lawyer. Digby used the bicycle to follow with his fellow soldiers in the hiding, and the Germans did not recognise him, despite helping to push a Nazi staff car out of a ditch, the German soldiers being billeted in the same house as he was staying in. Digby gathered 150 escaped soldiers and headed towards the front line. This was known as Operation Pegasus. Digby and the soldiers cycled to the Rhine, and Digby flashed a V for victory sign using Morse code with a torch. Members of 30 Corps then ferried them across the river, and upon returning to the United Kingdom, Digby was awarded. That's something just popped up. Damn. Digby was just awarded the Distinguished Service Order. He wrote a report of the Battle of Arnhem Bridge that resulted in Lieutenant Jack Grayburn. Why has that got two R's in it? Lieutenant Jack Grayburn posthumously receiving a promotion to captain and being awarded the Victoria Cross. As you can see, this guy's pretty brave, or just extremely upper class and mental, or both. I love it. As company commander of 2nd Battalion, he saw how ineffective radio sets were and taught at least two of the chaps in each platoon to play bugles. And then he trained his men to react to these calls. This is reflected in his special rules in boss action. If he's included in a force at the cost of 190 points as a veteran major in any infantry squad, with a bugler can now ignore pins when using a run or advance order. This is a free upgrade, but the bugler is a potential exceptional damage target. So basically, you can pop a bugle on the chap, and you get that perk, and he reacts the same way as if he's being shot by a sniper. They then lose that ability if you roll a 6. So yeah, that was he is pretty much a badass. So all the chaps at Arnhem and Market Garden were pretty nuts, apart from General Gavin, but let's not get into that. So yeah, cool. I really hope you enjoyed that. I'm trying to not waffle. I will sort the scripts out for the next time I do it, because I'll have obviously Urquhart, Frost, and other characters, as they call them in the games, but other legends and stuff like that. So, okay, that's enough waffling. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next Sunday. Have a good week. Keep painting.